Hello, everyone, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on AgroVation on the RDAllen multiplayer server. And just myself on the server here at the moment, currently planting canola with the John Deere 9630 and the big John Deere 22-meter air seeder here. Get the exact model number on this here again. It's like the 1890-1910 seeder. 1890, I believe, is the seed cart, and the 1910 is the probably the actual drill portion, I'm assuming. Might have that backwards, not sure, but I think that's how it goes. So yes, 22 meters of planting goodness here. And again, currently playing on the RDAllen multiplayer server. And just a reminder here again, for anybody that would like to join us, you're welcome to do so. Again, information for joining is in the description there. Just make sure you please join us on TeamSpeak. And once you're on TeamSpeak, you'll get all the rest of the information for the multiplayer servers. With that being said, this video should be going live on Christmas, so wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas here in 2017. Of course, if you're watching this video later, well, Christmas is probably past or way past, who knows, but this video, again, should be going live on Christmas, so hopefully everyone has a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully Santa brought you some good stuff. And yeah, here's to the new year. Only a week of... It's a week? Yes. Only a week of 2017 left here yet. And again, we are planting on field 2 here. This is pretty much the only crop field we have left. Really probably should invest in another field so we got more fields to diversify our crops on a little bit. Although field 2 definitely takes us long enough. 3 and 4, as you recall, was turned into our grass fields. Speaking of which, I didn't actually check. How are the cows doing? I noticed someone got the mixed rations up and going fully now. I guess they don't have any yet. They don't also have any straw. Okay, and I'm not sure why they don't have any straw. It's kind of weird. We did plant wheat. I think it was wheat. And for those who watched the last live stream on this map, we did harvest the wheat. And we did have straw. I forget who was picking it up again. I assumed that was going to the cows, but I guess not. Some of it was probably going to the mixing station as well. I'm sure that's where some of it was going. I'm not sure where the rest went then, though. Maybe I should be planting barley here again. I just assumed we were all set on straw, so I figured I'd plant canola this time around. Maybe we should have went with wheat or barley again. Oh well. Oh, cows, I guess you'll just have to wait a little bit longer for some more straw. And of course, given the size of this field, that's why we have this particular seeder here. We did lease it. We now own it. Obviously, once we were finished with this field, we have more than enough money there to purchase the seeder. So that's what we've done at this point. We now do own the seeder. Okay. Let's see if we can plant across the headland here without getting stuck too much. It's okay right along here. I don't think I have to worry about getting stuck, but a little further down here, we got all those trees that are like right next to the field there. Ooh, I'm not sure what the stumps are going to do either. That's a good question. Right up over that one, that's good. Maybe we'll just kind of pull out here just a little bit. Try to stay away from them a little bit so we don't get stuck. We're always going to run the deleter along the edge of this field just to add a little bit to the edge. I guess we just haven't gotten around to that yet. Especially right along here, really got to watch it. Definitely got stuck along here a few times. Not with this cedar yet. Obviously, again, like I said, this cedar is a little bit new to us here, so And unlike some of the modded seeders, this seeder does have a full collision on it, the whole length of the seeder. So, you know, no kind of cheating through plants and bushes with the fact that, you know, the arms on the seeder don't have collisions on them. This one does. So, like I said, if we're not careful, we will get stuck. And again, if you are joining us on the multiplayer servers or want to join, like I've said before, we do currently have 6 multiplayer servers kind of under the RDAllen name to choose from. Ooh, these trees, I don't think we can drive through, can we? Let's not do that then. Let's have fun backing this up here a moment. Okay, we'll just go back through another headland pass here. Okay, like I was saying there about the multiplayer servers, like I said, we currently have 6 to choose from. We got server 1 on River Po. Server 2 here again is the AgroVation Map. And for all you console users out there, yes, this map is available for the console now with the Seasons mod. Server 3 is Sherwood's. Just updated that one again. Server 3 is our old iron server. So for those of you who like the old equipment, definitely check out Server 3 there. We got, again, all kinds of old equipment on there. You name it, we pretty much have it on there, I think. Server 4's Mavericks Multi-Fruit. Server 5, Corn Belt. For those of you who can't get enough of Corn Belt, well, there's another Corn Belt multiplayer server. And Server 6's NF Marsh. You know, again, servers 4, 5, and 6, more of production-style maps there. Well, even server 1, for that matter, actually, River Po, I believe, is a production-style map as well. Oh, and I may have failed to mention it. I am joined by Thomas in TeamSpeak here, by the way. Thomas McPC, that is. And, of course, we call Thomas McPC just because he's the PC player. And then, of course, we got Thomas, the console player. For those of you who follow us on the live streams and the Drummond Farms competition map there. And speaking of that, actually, on the competition there, we are planning our next map. I think we've pretty much got most of the details worked out here. Again, we're planning on a multiplayer competition there. So Thomas over on the Xbox side, I'm not sure entirely who he all has for his competition here at this point. But again, it'll be a max of 6 players. And it'll be on the Valley of the Old Farm, which is, I believe that's Black Sheep Modding's latest map, if I remember correctly. I think that was who the mod author of that one was anyway. It's hard keeping track of the mod authors for all the different equipment and maps that get released all the time. And again, kind of the same goals as what we had for Drummond Farms there. Again, own all the fields, which is a lot more fields on that map, so it's going to take a lot more work. Instead of 500 of each animal, we're going to go for 1,000 of each animal. Doubled that one. Again, playing multiplayer. We're going to keep the logging the same. We're going to say 300. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from doing more. You know, if somebody wants to do more. I'm sure the console users will just love doing more logging. And then kind of, because we're keeping the logging the same, we're going to add in poplar. So a requirement to do poplar. I'm not sure about the other crops yet, but definitely kind of the requirement was poplar. I don't think sugarcane is going to be available on that map, so sugarcane's out. Otherwise, we did say we could do sugarcane too, but don't think that's available. Depends on what geo we want to use too. Again, we are going to be using the Seasons mod, so that's worth mentioning as well. we do plan on using the Seasons mod. And probably, I think at this point we said the Midwest Geo Seasons mod. I'm not sure if we've fully nailed that down yet. Probably should double check with Thomas on that, see which one he wants to do. But I think we said the Midwest Seasons Geo, so Seasons mod, Midwest Seasons Geo, probably 9-day season, I'm going to say. That's what I'm used to playing. That seems like it worked out pretty good. I know we'll see once, maybe starting out, maybe we'll drop it down like 6 days or something. We'll see once. Hello. Oh, we are burning through the seed. We're going to need seed pretty quick here, aren't we? We do have the supply truck now, by the way, as well. Again, getting a seeder this size, the Horsch seed tender just really isn't practical, if you ask me. Pretty much takes the entire load from the Horsch seed tender there to fill this seeder. And at that point, you might as well just drive the seeder and go refill it then, rather than driving the tender back and forth. But yes, again, like I said, definitely looking forward to the next PC versus console competition map. Should be a lot of fun there again, so hope you folks join us in on that. Again, anyone who wants to play along, you're welcome to do so. At this point, I think we're probably all set multiplayer-wise. It's going to kind of be a closed multiplayer private group. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure not everybody's going to be able to come at the same time, so we might open it up a little bit. If we got room, hey, we'll invite another person along. But for the most part, it's probably going to be a private multiplayer. And same thing probably on Thomas' side. Again, we're kind of select whoever we want to play with there and go with that. Again, like I said, max of 6 players. That is the console's multiplayer limit there. We will be doing, at least on the PC side, we'll be doing it on a dedicated server. I did consider, like trying to maybe like do a host type game. Kind of be similar to what like the console does, but it's like, it's just too much work to try to set that up. So we're just going to probably use the dedicated server. The plans will probably be using server 1 for that. So
you do back home again.
Exactly. Don't stay so long next time, huh?
No, next time I stay longer.
Got to lower it down there. That's fine. We'll just give us a chance here to hit that missing spot. Okay, let's see what we got for some comments here in a moment. Oh, Dylan was saying, love it. Thank you very much for that. Blonde Lizard was saying, what are you doing in Farming Simulator 17? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Why, am I supposed to be playing a different game? Austin was saying hello. Yeah, and again, for those maybe if you just started watching the channel or don't quite follow along, pretty much daily Farming Simulator 17 videos. At least that's the plan anyway. So every day a Farming Simulator 17 video, maybe 2. Again, with the Drummond Farms competition there, we are having 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That is the plan, by the way. With the next competition, it will again be Tuesdays and Thursdays. So a Tuesday and Thursday release on the it'll be the Valley of the Old Farm PC versus console competition. So a playthrough on the Valley of the Old Farm maps. But like I said, if you're watching the channel or you just started watching, again, daily videos on Farming Simulator 17. I alternate every other day, single player and multiplayer. So again, single player is currently the River Basin map. That's the Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio River Basin map. Like I said, I'm just going to call it the River Basin, a lot shorter name. So every other day is the River Basin map. Oh, we just ran out of seeds. And then the current multiplayer series here is AgroVation. And again, for those who've been watching for a while, you know the multiplayer series is typically are quite a bit shorter. Usually don't last quite so long. Oh, again, look at the fertilizer. Almost 3/4 of the fertilizer left. That just does not seem right for some reason. Okay, and the truck here. Like I said, we got the NLD supply truck here. It's like with a Thunder Creek refuel trailer on it. Stenson was saying, hey, can you do a snow day? I'm assuming like snow with the seasons mod. Obviously I can't on AgroVation here. I can't on the Missouri River Bottoms either. Again, we don't have seasons mod on that map. I did try to activate it, as I mentioned in that series, for those who are watching it. It did not work. The game would not load for me with seasons mod activated, so no seasons mod on that. And the mod author did say you got like a 50-50 chance of it working, not working, I guess, so I don't know what's up with that. But in my case, I guess it was the 50% chance of not working, so oh well. We'll see once maybe Valley the old farm there, or maybe even No Creek, we can do some something with snow, assuming we get snow. For those of you who watch my Snetterton series, you'll know my luck with snow is not so good. In fact, it never snowed once for the, I think it was the 4 seasons. We did snow, or we did have winter on that, on the Snetterton's map there. The one time it did say it was going to snow, it actually never did. So, yeah, we're not doing so good on snow here. Lane was saying, loving it. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much for that. Ethan was saying hi. Ryan was saying, it's nice to see you using your wheel. Creates a smoother video. That is probably true, yes. Much smoother steering. That is kind of the advantage of a steering wheel. Or a controller, for that matter. I was saying, third comment, and I'd like to see you get a 4240. I don't remember if there is a 4240. You know, again, with the old iron equipment there, I'm not sure of all the model numbers that are available in that. And there obviously is quite a few. Okay, let's fold that back out. Dakota was saying, have you noticed how New Holland and Case IH don't have decals in the shop? I can't say I've noticed that. I'm not entirely sure what you're referencing there. Colin was saying, awesome video. Thank you very much for that. Quentin was saying, I want to have a PlayStation 4. I'd go for a PC myself, but whatever. Donald was saying that, definitely liking the River Basin map. Thank you very much for that. Liking that as well. Again, it is a big map. River Basin is a 4X map. Caleb was saying, I was looking through my log file and I had an error that says render device unknown. Anyone know what that means? That means you have a bad mod that has render or a basic texture probably texture problems in it. Anyway, it's really bad. It means you have a really bad mod. For those who've been watching for a while, I think it was the Snetterton series. I had that issue. We finally narrowed it down to the seed and fert silo. So even though you don't have it active or using it, it will throw that error message. So if you have the seed and fert silo, and I think that's the exact name of it. Again, it's been a while, but I think it's seed and fert silo.zip. I just watch it. There are a couple different ones. The rest of them are probably okay, but the one we had Very, very bad. Mod author should be ashamed of himself for ever releasing that garbage. But yeah, definitely get rid of that if you have it, and that should fix your render device errors. Also, I think is that the Summers disk has the potential for doing that as well. I might not have the right disk there, but I think there's like a version of the Summers disk that will cause that, so just watch that as well. And of course, if that don't fix it, then pretty much the only choice is sort through your mods. You're going to have to take them out and kind of put them back in until you figure out which one does it. Neil was saying that John Deere DB60 is nice, but the whistling noise drives me crazy. I had a couple people have said that now. And again, that is realistic with the air sound on that. I don't know how real it is because I've never heard it in real life, but I do know that is the sound they make. Like even this seeder, I think, would kind of make that sound to some extent as well. Probably the reason they don't add it, though, because a lot of people do find it annoying, apparently. Joe was saying you should try the J&M seed tenders by Winston. The only problem with those, they're not much bigger than the Horsch seed tender, so... again, at least for river bottoms, I need a big seed tender. I haven't checked out the one Jeffrey has yet. Jeffrey said he's got a big one there. I haven't taken the time to look at how big that one is yet. But apparently on server 3, we do have a much larger seed tender. Beatrice was saying, if you notice when you hire a worker, your money drops. So I do everything myself. To which I replied, that is true, but at the same time you get more done. Which Beatrice again replied, not really. If you hire a worker, it just drops your money. I'd rather do it myself. Well, I have no problem with you doing it yourself. You seem to be a little misguided in the fact that a hired worker costing money doesn't gain you anything. Again, like I said before, definitely find it fun to do stuff myself. And for those who complain I don't do enough of that, well, nothing would get done very quickly if I didn't hire workers or courseplay workers. So with that being said, that is why I do hire workers and courseplay workers. Yeah, pretty much just hire workers. Oh, even follow me sometimes. Use follow me. That again is the reason why I will use that type of thing. All depends how you want to play, but just the fact that it just drops your money, like I said, definitely a little misguided on that point. I'm making pretty good progress here on the map here so far. I think there is actually an update out for this map, I've been told as well. When Giants released this map for the console, sounds like they released the updated version of it as well, which I guess adds Seasons mod support. Seeing as how we're not playing with the Seasons mod, I don't know if we'll take the time to really update it on the server here or not. We'll see what everybody else says. If everybody else wants to update, we probably can, but otherwise, I don't know that there's any other advantage. Unless, of course, maybe it fixes some of the annoyances like the rough field down at the other end and stuff like that. Or even the trees that are along this edge of the field here as well. I'm assuming that's why these trees are laying in the field here. Really should get the chipper out sometime and take care of that. Oh. A little too close there. Try to get to the edge here, but not run into the trees if we can help it. Okay, probably should do a headland along this edge of the field here too, I suppose. And for those who have not seen the AgroVation map, the name comes from a combination of agricultural innovation. So for those of you who wonder what the name of the map is, that's what it stands for. I know it sounds a lot like AgroVation, which, I got to half wonder if that's what it really means too. Because if you look at the shapes of the fields, there's nothing square on this map. Everything is an odd shape. Even the edge of the field we just went past there, it looks square on the map. It is not square on the map. I don't know why that is, but it does look square. It is not. And then, kind of the trees are on the outside edge of the field here. You got to look out for them. Like, ooh, it's getting a little close there. Ooh, that's a little closer than I'd like to be. The one disadvantage when having the seeder behind the grain cart, it's much further behind the tractor, whereas if you have the seeder, then the grain cart behind the seeder, you get a little bit better control, if you ask me. It's the one thing I don't like about this particular seeder. Okay, I think we're pretty much home free after this. I don't know if there's any more trees along this edge of the field or not. Also, looks like somebody must have done a lot of work plowing this field. That definitely must have taken some time to plow it here. We do have the John Deere 15-meter disc. So plowing with that now instead of the smaller chisel plow. So we are upgrading our equipment here. Making some pretty good progress on that. That's probably going to be our next purchase, is probably another larger tractor. I think this is the only large tractor we have at the moment. So again, pretty much the only tractor that can probably pull the seeder and the disc. Even probably really the 4-H wagon. The next biggest tractor we have is probably either the 6R or the 4955. Anyway, with that, I think we'll wrap up the episode here. So, like I said again, hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. And again, here's to the new year. 2017 is almost finished with. So, again, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. Again, if you want to join us on the multiplayer server, information's in the description there. Just make sure you join us on TeamSpeak. Again, it is free to join the multiplayer servers, and anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. So again, folks, thanks for watching, and until next time.